Hello, lovelies. So this morning, March 1st, we're doing a reading from the Seasons of the Witch Ostara Oracle. And I've tried to record this a few times and I keep going on tangents. So I've made some notes, so bear with me. But the card we have today is composting. The poem on the bottom. It is through remembrance of the past that you can create a more purposeful future. So here it's how to turn trash to treasure, how like this idea of reducing waste, reorganizing blessings. um this spiritual composting invites you to adopt a more eco-friendly mindset on all areas of your life. So yes, this card acknowledges that something isn't looking great on the surface right now. So either you may be in a relationship that feels strained, a job is not feeling aligned, friendships may be falling off, something feels messy. But composting is not about sitting in the mess right now. It's This card is coming through to ask you to consider, how can you turn this into richer soil for the future? How can you use this challenge as an opportunity to grow something new? Because every choice is a chance, right? So here you can choose to focus on what's not working, what's broken, what's falling apart, or you can choose to use that to fertilize the foundation to something different. And that that requires ownership. That requires you to take responsibility for the role you played. So, in any situation, whether it's romantic, professional, or platonic, you stepped into a role. You played a character in that chapter of your life. Now, in your book, you're the main character, but in someone else's, you're the supporting role. So, this is not about blaming anything. This is not what we're doing in this card, in this interpretation. Or what's coming through. It means that responsibility is yours on how you showed up. So maybe it means having a conversation that you've been avoiding. Maybe it means saying, this behavior is creating this feeling for me. And it's not about attacking the other person. Now, this can be, like I said, it's not about, it can be romantic, platonic, professional, whatever the case, but it's something between two people. And the, the thing to address here is having the conversation about what's playing out in your book. It's like you're both watching a screen, but neither one of you can hear what the other one is seeing or hearing, and you're assuming they're seeing the same thing you are. But we can't. There's no way. So it's addressing the fact that whatever is occurring, whether it's your job, your relationship, friendship, the other person is the role they're playing in your chapter is creating unease in your world. So it's time to address it. It's time to bring it up. It's time to, and I mean, if you can bring it up with the other person, great. But it's a matter of doing so not carelessly. It's coming to the table with a sense of, all right, this is how it's playing out in my story. This is what's happening, and my character is taking in this information that you're projecting in a way that's uncomfortable, and this is why. um and it can be done with employers, with friendships, with romantic situations. So it's a matter of taking responsibility for actually saying it out loud, and then being ready to receive the information of, what is my character doing in your story. How are you receiving my character? And try to get on the same page of, all right, this is what we're actually discussing. This is, and I mean, it's difficult, especially in intimate relationships or close friendships, that you don't want to make the other person feel uncomfortable or bad, but you're not honoring the roles you're trying to be, especially if it's a love connection. It's a matter of sitting there going, this person cares about me. I know they care about me. I know, even friendship, romantic, doesn't matter, but an intimate, close relationship, you would have an awareness of, this person isn't here to harm me or hurt me or make me feel bad. So I'm clearly taking something in that is not intended, or something else is going on. But taking ownership, if you're the one dishing it out, being responsible for the fact that, you know what, yeah, I've been a bit of a unfriendly person because I have things that are triggering me. And if you're on the receiving end, to take responsibility for, I don't want to make you feel bad. No, it's not about that. It's about owning up to each person's identity in the role that you're playing. Now, with this card, it's like, great, fantastic. How do I do that? The bottom of the deck, we have plant dying and the poem, seek the medicine that nourishes the creative spark awaiting your presence. And this is where, the for me, when I saw this card, the analogy of the storybook came from. It's approaching things from a different perspective, being more creative on how you're seeing your quote unquote problem. Because yeah, composting, this ain't pretty. When you're watching it just fall apart and fall away from what you thought you were actually creating, it's not pretty. But it's asking you here in this on this first day of March to find a more creative, a more experimental way of addressing it, to have fun with it. So if it comes to, trying to have a conversation with a loved one, it's finding a creative way of doing it. So either using that, you know what, this is how I'm going to have this conversation. I'm going to create a story where, you are a character in a book. That is a creative way of coming at it from a more stepped away from perspective, and say, my character in my book is intending to create this scene and it's not working. And this is how I'm feeling about how your character in my book, the supporting actor role that you're playing, however this resonates for you, and then going from there. And this works with any relationship. It works with even employers. If it's a more comfortable way to approach the conversation, then why not? It's how I communicate to my nieces when they're fighting over playing a game. It's like, talk to your sister about the story that's playing out in your head. She can't see it. She can't see how your Barbies are playing together. That to you in your head, it makes sense because in your mind you're seeing the full story. She can't see it. So step back and invite her into your story, and then allow her to invite you into hers, so that they have a chance to, and for them it dissolves their fighting, and they actually take a chance to, they either change games completely, or at least it allows them to continue with a new set of creative skills. So for asking you to bring creativity into how you solve things at work, what can you add to your environment that reminds you of why you're here? Whether it's a picture of your pet or your children or your family or your boat or whatever the case. It could be a little bobblehead of some kind, something that just brings you a little bit of a smile to get you through that space. At home, how can you make hard conversations feel safe instead of confrontational, right? And when it comes to yourself, what hobby, what color, what small act of play brings light back into your experience for yourself within yourself? So composting says, yes, you're in it. Plant dying says, approach it creatively. So reduce the waste. Sorry, reorganize. Yes, I'm reading my notes now because I'm running out of time and I want to stay within time. But it's a matter of reducing the waste part. The waste being that wasteful thinking, that, what if, coulda, shoulda, woulda, all of that. Just bring it down, reduce the waste, get to recognize the blessings and what you do have and what is salvageable and what you can use to create that new foundation. Build something more sustainable from there. There's a butterfly in this composting card, and that's your reminder that this isn't random. It's transitional and it is usable. Hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day and that your March will look phenomenal. If you wanted any reading of your own, please reach out. Otherwise, like I said, have a beautiful day and we will see you in the next one.